people are still mad about the Brutosaur or whatever, the dinosaur that you get in WoW with $90. To me, it is just funny, brother. It is funny that this mount is causing all of this. What I do hate is that because of this mount, well, not because of this mount, it is that when this mount was launched, we also got a stupid patch with the 20th anniversary that sucks. But it is not the fault of the mount, right? But the mount has been diverting all the attention because people are focused on the mount and not on the game itself, right? So we have the Belullar video in here talking about this, because so far I have given my opinion, but I have not really seen other content creators' opinions about the mount. So I want to see what Belullar has to say about it.
Or I mean, it's money. They want to increase their average sale price. The bit that makes it, the bit that makes it a bit eye roll is doing this at the same time as a patch that had a release quality that makes a player look at the Brutosaur and think, I know where that money's not going. Yeah.
Exactly what I was saying, brother. What I was saying. Exactly. You could say, well, I am fine with this happening, but we don't feel like the money that you are paying for the mount is going into the development of the game, because they released a patch that was buggy, that didn't offer enough content for something like the 20th year anniversary. And I don't know, it is like, and it also had the stuff that should have been put in there at the start of the expansion, when the expansion was launched, like the reward for the Dark Ranger, stuff like that. So people wouldn't be complaining so much. Some people would complain just because, but a lot of the community wouldn't complain so much if they felt like that money is put into the game. But we feel like that game is going into the void, into the pockets of the shareholders or whatever, and we are not seeing that amount of money reflected into the game, because we know this mount is selling like hot cakes, brother. So this mount probably made more money than Vessel of Hatred for Diablo 4. So where is the money going? Where is the money going? Yeah, at this point it's just funny because apparently a shit ton of people are buying it. Plus $90 is hilarious for exactly. The mount is more expensive than the game. The game is cheaper than the mount. It is like, what? I don't understand, brother.
I'm not saying that's the case, right? But all that
perception.
All it has to be
is a perception of the community, exactly.
Yeah, so I think there's a couple things I think we should probably talk about here, just in the interest of being complete about it, right? Because
oh god, yes, we wouldn't want to be like the patch.
Oh dear God, oh, I'm very much like the patch. I try not to be, but I'm undertuned. I'm undertuned for sure. So the things we need to say about this, I think, just to kind of, because everyone's talked about it ad nauseum, but I think this is a better mount than all the other mounts available in the game, because there's an auction house and mailbox, which is perfect synergy. But Michael, you can park the original Brutosaur beside another mailbox. It's fine. Yes, correct.
Not the point, though.
In the same...
It's not the same that having the mailbox on you, brother. It is not the same. Not even closely.
Analogy I used earlier with broken glass and how you can walk around broken glass, but it still shouldn't be on the floor. It is still a new mount that is better for a lot of purposes. If you're in the middle of say you're in the beginning of an M+ and you don't have potions, bang, done. Is that very, very, very minor? Yes. Well, is it also quality of life that is uniquely available on the store? Yes. Is it no longer just cosmetic, because just cosmetic was the transmorpher beacon, all those things? Yeah. Those were kind of pushing the envelope, but they were fun. They were cosmetic. Sure, you don't need them.
Oh, this is something true that I didn't mention in my video, that this is something that you can buy in the shop that is not only cosmetic, and it is the first thing that works like that. Because you could argue that every other thing you could buy until now, if it is a pet, if it is a transmog, if it is a mount, it was just purely cosmetic. You didn't get an actual convenience or advantage in the game by having it. But this mount, it is convenient to have this with you, right? The the action house and the mail. So this is something that gives you something inside of the game that is not purely cosmetic, and this is like a first. And since it is selling like hotcakes, this might open the gates to more stuff. I understand this perspective. I hit 2600 Resto Druid. I timed all dungeons on 10, so now I feel like my season is over and kinda bored. Yes, the only thing you can do at this point is just keep farming like the vault. Once a week, you only need to open one vault, so it is not... or playing an alt, and if you don't want to play an alt, then yes, you don't have anything else to do. Could you charge people to use the mailbox on the mount? You could probably do that, but I don't know. A lot of people have it. And if you mount up, people can just walk up to the mount and get it, right? Unless you don't mount up, of course.
This is objectively slightly better. Is not flying to an auction house really worth $90? For some people, yes.
Mm-hmm.
For some people, it very much is. Especially for a lot of people who wanted the original Brutosaur, didn't have the money in time, or weren't playing at the time, and now they're told to go and buy this. They can't wait a couple cycles of Brutosaur, because this will go away. They're incentivized to get it right away.
Yep.
Which brings me to FOMO of this being available in the store for a limited period of time.
Until January 6th.
January 6th, just in time when it's an anniversary event. So they've used that this is the anniversary celebration. Brutosaur is a celebration? Interesting.
That won't matter after, because America won't exist.
Yeah, of course.
Because of whatever's going to happen.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so I think that's the again, like we've talked about FOMO over the years, like ad nauseum, to use that phrase again. We've talked about it for ages, and nothing has changed about it, right? Mm-hmm. FOMO isn't necessarily a horrible thing to do. However, it is applying a little bit of pressure on people. It's not like this is the dark.
And that is another thing. Well, they said two things in there that I want to address, but that is another thing, that it is not only an expensive mount that gives you convenience inside the game, but it is also FOMO because it is limited. Like, you have to buy it now, because if you don't buy it now, you are not ever going to buy it because it is going away. Like, what? So it has everything going for it. Some people might argue it is pay to win. Some people will say that it is not actually giving you an advantage, but it is on the spectrum. Like, it is on there. Like, we have to discuss if it is actually pay to win or not. And outside from that, it is also FOMO. It is on the store. It is expensive. It is like, it has all the components going for it, brother. FOMO farming like any gacha game. Exactly like that, brother. And the other thing is, like, at the same time that the 20-year anniversary, like, is this your celebration? Releasing a bullshit mount with FOMO and expensive. It is like, what? Is this the actual celebration, brother? Oh, my dude. With all the portals and hearthstones, I don't even feel the need for a mount like this. Yes, I also just TP to town when I need the auction house, but sometimes I need the auction house and I don't have the CD for the stone or whatever, so it is kind of convenient. Not needed, absolutely not needed, but it is convenient. So I kind of understand why, again, brother, if I had the money, like if I had $90 to spend, to spare, and I don't mean like having $90, but like I don't care about $90, I will buy it 100%. I wouldn't give a fuck.
Looking for someplace new to explore?
They doing it right, celebrating their bank account. Yeah, exactly.
Dark pattern, but it is limited.
A form of pressure.
Yeah, it's a form of pressure to go buy this now, buy this expensive thing now, because if you miss your chance, you're screwed. That's horrible. That's like people say, the mount is pretty ugly and doesn't fly, so not worth.
And people felt like that with the Brutosaur, the other one, I don't know, the long boy. And that one wasn't on the store. That was in the game. Of course, people just bought WoW tokens and then bought the mount. Nobody farmed the gold. But people felt the FOMO because after the mount was removed, and it only was sometimes on the black market auction house, but you couldn't just go and buy the mount. People were saying like, oh, brother, I wish I could buy the long boy. So the FOMO works, brother. The FOMO works.
Yeah, some people think it's not worth. I don't think it's worth. It would be very, 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 like, okay, if this mount was 20 quid, I'd probably go for it because I think that's the right amount of. It's a cool mount, and my 20 quid is worthless anyway because we live in hell.
But your principles.
Yeah, and I buy lunch and a can of also it's fucking 20 quid. So I'm like, it's not quite yet, but it's getting there, right? It's getting there. I go buy a sweater. It's 40 quid. Fucking what is money anyway? It's all pennies to me. Not to me. It's all pennies because everything's pennies because we're on track to being fucking Zimbabwe. As
Are we?
who was it? Sorry, I don't want to end it. Have I got news for you? Watching old reruns, someone, I think it was a Tory politician said, sure, when we get in, it'll all be Zimbabwe anyway. Which is...
I believe he's probably unhappy with the direction England is making or the United Kingdom. I don't know. Should I take this dude? This is only a 6, but like you are low, motherfucker.
Something. It was Alan Duncan anyway. That's one thing where I think obviously there's a little bit of different value things. I don't think it's worth. Some people do. Lots of people do, so they bought it. The one other thing I want to say about this is that people are. How do I put this? I think I'm going to say being useful idiots for Blizzard.
Of course.
And I don't mean to be too rude.
And I would be one.
But people are saying, but it's cheaper than the other Brutosaur. The Brutosaur was 5 million gold. And that's the fucking genius of the WoW token. The WoW token rotted your brain to think that gold is money.
Exactly.
It's not.
Exactly.
Gold is not money. Gold is gold, money is money. For every person who buys this with gold, that's $20 for Blizzard. Because someone buys a WoW token for $20, you give them your gold, they give you the token. What does Blizzard give you? Pixels.
Exactly.
Blizzard are walking out of that going...
And they just made this... We have to remember, some people forget about this, and they think this holds value. I have said that I would buy it with the $90 if I had the $90 to spare. But I wouldn't think that this holds value. This doesn't hold any kind of value at all. It is just a mount in a game. The server shuts down, this disappears into the ether, brother. This is nothing, right? This is not, oh, it is worth it because relative to the other things that are inside the game, that it is also inexistent, it has value. No, it doesn't have any value. It doesn't have any fucking value. It is a mount inside a game. It doesn't have any fucking value. So, we have to remember that. We have to remember that. I was going to say something else, but I completely forgot.
Didn't give them any gold, but they give us $20. Class, unreal. It is actually us. It is the most perfect scam. It is Blizzard.
It's not.
It's not a scam.
Hang on. Now,
it's not actually. Yeah.
That's not.
Yeah.
A scam.
Yeah. Okay. It's not a scam.
It is Blizzard increasing the.
Yeah, it is not a scam, brother. You pay them. You know what you are getting. You pay the $90 and you know what you are getting. So it is not a scam. A scam will be if you don't get what you think you should get. But it is. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. That it is a copy paste. It is a copy paste. Like they just had to develop the mount once, and then you just copy paste the mount a million times, and everybody buys it at $90 for the work that they made once. You know, for a mount. Because if for the game you say yes, you also make the game once. Yes, but it is a game. This is just a mount, right? Like the code for the action house and the mail is already developed. All they had to do was like the 3D model for the mount. That was all, brother. And now I forgot the other thing that I was saying.
Average sale price of 1 month of.
Oh, that it is not a scam. It is of course not a scam. It is overpriced. It is overpriced, but not a scam.
World of Warcraft.
No, it's not.
What?
It's not. That's if the token is used for a sub.
Oh yeah, of course.
So every person, so the way it worked and people talked about it initially was right. Anytime someone goes, okay, I'm gonna gold for sub. That would be someone's $20 becomes your $15, and you give them gold. Blizzard walk away with the $5. When you're doing this with BattleNet balance,
Oh yeah, shit, it's genius.
if you're buying other things with BattleNet balance, Blizzard aren't giving you any money.
Yeah.
The other person is just paying a premium. The other person is buying the Brutosaur for you.
Yes.
For your gold. It's legal gold selling realistically. And Blizzard.
Exactly. It is like an exchange house. I don't know how you guys call it. In Spanish we call it casa de cambio. It is like a place where you go to exchange like one currency for the other. Like in the airport you go and you say to them, I give you dollars and you give me pounds, stuff like that. That is basically what the WoW token is. I give you money, you give me gold. I give you gold, you give me money. Like, yes, you can take the money out of the Battle.net environment, and that is bullshit, by the way. You can take the money out of the Battle.net environment, and that is a limitation that Blizzard is putting in there. But you can convert it to Battle.net currency or balance, and that is basically money. So it is like an exchange thing, right? And so when you farm the gold and you spend the gold, you say, oh, I am not spending real money. Yes, you are not spending real money, but that gold is real money to Blizzard because they have the exchange in place to make gold money and money gold, you know? So, yeah.
Are the ones taking all the actual cash home. You're not taking it. Yeah, it's
flipping
It's
awesome.
absolutely brilliant, and it's probably like a decent
Well
percent.
done, CCP Games, with
Yeah.
the Plex in EVE Online. You created a true, honest-to-God business innovation.
Yeah, it's genuinely brilliant. It is honestly brilliant. I think it's amazing how it causes people to do mental gymnastics. Because people are saying, well,
Not going to lie, the event is boring. The event is mega, ultra, hyper boring. I am completely ignoring the event. Fuck the event. The only thing cool is the BRD raid. Everything else sucks dick.
it's 5 million gold. This is only like 1.2 or 1.3 or 1.4 million, whatever it was based on fluctuating prices. And you go, yeah. But it's Blizzard are still walking away with $90 for every one of these sold. Every single one of them, Blizzard are walking $90.
Yeah, it's not
It's
gold.
just not your $90. It's someone else's $90. That's how they've done
And the
it.
point
right?
is that other person is happy to pay.
Yeah, because and that's where the other brilliance of the WoW token comes in. Because whenever they don't want to pay, whenever someone isn't willing to pay for your gold, the number changes. So you give them more gold.
I mean, how many people yesterday thought, hang on a second, 450 grand in game
Yeah.
or 20 quid in life?
Yeah, yeah.
But what a steal.
Yeah, Blizzard players are going to RMT no matter what, so why don't we just be the middleman and take all the money?
Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Exactly, and I think it's brilliant, and I think it's just caused some real interesting side effects in how people think about it.
Yeah. It's created interesting side effects and it creates some interesting incentives. So previously, if Blizzard had a big chase item in the game, like a big expensive gold item,
Brutosaur, the Legion Spider.
yeah,
People just buy WoW tokens and then buy the thing. People don't care. People are not going to farm for that shit. No way in hell when it is easier to just buy the WoW token and then buy the shit. So Blizzard would accomplish the same thing with less backlash if they release the mount for gold. Because people will just buy the WoW token, Blizzard makes the money either way. And people will say, oh, you can farm, then it is not for money. Stop whining about it, brother. Stop whining about it. But it will accomplish the same thing.
if there was no WoW token, that would be very pure. But the second the WoW token exists, people are then able to say, that raid BOE has only 2 tokens. Just buy 2 tokens, get a raid BOE. And that's
I don't know what this
the
affix
funny
does.
thing with
First
the WoW
time I see
token.
this
I
affix.
remember it very well back in in Warlords of Paymore.
6.1 has finally been dethroned.
Oh! Yes, brilliant. Yeah, like I remember the WoW token first came in, and one of the big player discussions was, "Whoa, this like it's like a sanctity of thing, you know, earning gold in WoW. You know, people used to be like really interested in gold making.
Yeah, of course.
So
I am still interested in gold making, but it is exactly because of that. Because I used the Battle.net balance to buy stuff on Battle.net. Like I bought the Vessel of Hatred expansion for Diablo 4 by farming gold in WoW. So yes, to me it is useful making gold, but it is not because I use the gold for the game. Yes, of course I also craft my stuff or whatever, but I am also more concerned with using the currency for the Battle.net balance, you know. So yes.
it's interesting. So there's that, yes, the whole mental gymnastics thing, but realistically,
Oh, this is the one where
from
you
a
have to
sales
dispel
perspective,
yourself.
it's about
Okay,
what the
okay.
framing is, right? What the
I remember
sell
this one.
is. And you know, they're obviously very happy to have the whole WoW token gig running. Sweet, like totally. But there's a paid thing on their own store, so it is primarily, you know, that. Why is it a problem? Because people say just don't get it. Number one, again, locus of control. Yeah, don't get it.
By the way, the stupidest argument ever. It is the same as if you don't like it, don't play it. Like, oh, don't buy it. Ah, motherfucker, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself with that argument, idiot, retard. I don't like using that word, but in this case, it is guaranteed, brother. It is warranted. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I remember I discovered you when Asmongold reacted to your video. Yes, the don't play it video. Oh yes, brother. It was great that Asmon reacted to that video. And thank you for being here, brother, my dude. Like watching the video with Asmon and then saying, "Oh, I am going to follow this dude." Thank you for that, brother. Thank you. Jazzarus, are you going to play Dragon Age Belullar? Oh fuck no. Why the fuck would they play that piece of shit? Fuck that. No reason for me to do that. But I will probably going to watch Asmongold play it and laugh my ass off, right? He is going to get unbanned today. I don't know if we will actually stream today, but he will get unbanned today. So I am really excited for his comeback because when I am at working, I always have his stream on the second monitor, and my afternoons have been boring without having my base streamer on my second monitor, brother. So yes, I am eagerly waiting for his return. Just wanted to comment how funny it is how I am playing an MMO while watching you stream on YouTube, playing an MMO while watching YouTube, talking about the MMO. Because the video that I am watching on YouTube is also talking about the MMO. Yeah, the internet era is insane, brother.
Totally.
That's completely valid.
Completely reasonable. I think the thing that we would put forward is that if World of Warcraft gets an outsized amount of its positive financial results from things like this, goodbye Travis Fimmel and Toby Kelly, then this will become more and more normal, because that's what moves KPI that actually matters.
Yeah, and that was the fear, right?
And it's a subscription game. The idea of the
Exactly. Why do you need to sell us this mount? We are paying a sub, and it is not a cheap sub. It is $15, brother. This shit more expensive than Netflix and HBO Max. For less content, let's be honest in here, for less content. And we pay for the game! The game, you know, the base game, we also buy that shit. So what the fuck, Blizzard?
Subscription game being that it is more of an a la carte experience. And I think as a really easy analogy, think about the experience of Disney. So, I mean, it's the easy one to go to because they've just squeezed the parks so hard. Think of where it was like with Disney 10 years ago compared to now, where somebody, you know, buys a park ticket and the levels of squeeze are completely different. Even if you go to like one of the Disney hotels, the sort of benefits and perks and the overall deal has got so much worse.
Well,
And
I wouldn't know.
their
I
audience
live
is
in that
loosening
tier war
up their
cheat code.
numbers and their performance. But it's not really via things that are going to be, you know, it's not like Universal making a big new theme park and big new exciting rides in a way that Disney hasn't been able to. So, in that example, Universal have been able to compete pretty strongly by making their offering better.
Target you.
Whereas Disney has been able to compete, or you know, to get their financials up,
Watch your step.
by inventing new ways to squeeze their existing audience, which
Yeah.
leads to audience satisfaction decreasing.
Yeah, Universal are planting orange trees. Disney are inventing better orange juicers.
Whoa. No, they're just getting the high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah.
Please kill the boss. Please kill the boss.
So that would be a little bit of the concern, I suppose, that I would have, where
Watch your step.
the deal gets...
They are not going to kill the boss.
Some of it could be the deal gets worse. It could be the perception, because perception is an important thing. And with a lot of modern games, you know, you go into the game. I even seen Magic the Gathering. Actually, I kicked back to this yesterday, where they've announced that I think half of all Magic sets will be another IP, not Magic. 50%.
I love IP and franchises.
Yeah, so
They make me
they're
happy.
They are actually Fortniteifying.
That is stupid, by the way. That breaks my immersion. If I am playing... That happened to Mortal Kombat 2, for example. Like, you are playing Mortal Kombat and out of nowhere you have Freddy Krueger, I don't know, Terminator, fighting against Raiden. Brother, this is stupid. That breaks my immersion and I don't want to play at that point. If Magic the Gathering is doing that, it is stupid.
Magic the Gathering. But that stuff can cheapen an IP, unless it's something like Fortnite, which is explicitly designed to do that. The more and more this happens, you feel like the Disney customer who used to get their fast pass just as a part of the way the system.
So am I to assume you do not like guest characters? Like, if they are guest characters in the universe that I am doing, I don't mind it. For example, the Marvel universe, it is like you can have Iron Man in a, I don't know, in a Captain America movie, right? I don't mind that. But when you break the universe, I don't like it. For example, to give you another example, in Hearthstone's Battlegrounds, you can play, or you could play at some point, I don't know if you can still do it, as Diablo from the Diablo franchise. I didn't like that. I find that stupid. Because it is not from the same universe, so it is immersion breaking. So I like guest characters if it makes sense. When it doesn't make sense, fuck it. So crossovers, basically. I don't like crossovers. Like getting Lilith and Inarius in Call of Duty. One of the stupidest things I have ever seen in my life. I don't like that.
Watch your step.
Makes sense. You are okay with in-universe guest characters. Exactly. So you don't like Overwatch skins. Again, if they make sense, like, I don't know, you get a samurai skin for a character, okay, I am fine. But if the skin transforms the character into a Warcraft character, then it is stupid. that is what I think. Literally, Optimus Prime in that game. Yeah, that is stupid then. That is stupid. There are kind of cool things that aren't the same. For example, I used to play Heroes of the Storm. That is a Blizzard game. I don't know if you guys have played Heroes of the Storm. In that game, it is a game that is based around having characters for all the Blizzard universe. So it makes sense to combine all of them because that is the premise of the game. Like, oh, we are going to play all the Blizzard characters, and they even gave it a lore reason. Like, there is some portal, some bullshit that captures people and takes them to the realm of the storm or whatever. Okay, I am fine with that. We can work with this. And in that game, characters have skins, right? In those skins, Diva, for example, the robot for Diva, you could give it, or even, I believe the Templar and Tazadar, you could give them the armor to look like an Eva from Evangelion, the colors. But it wasn't explicitly said that it was an Eva, right? You just say, oh, this is green with purple, this is an Eva, right? But it isn't as immersion breaking because it is not actually the character. You think it's the character, but it isn't the character, right? So I can kind of accept that because it is not the same as you're saying this is Optimus Prime. Fuck you with Optimus Prime. I absolutely respect that. For me, it really depends if it will make sense. This is why I'm okay with Mortal Kombat guest characters. The problem that I also have with Mortal Kombat is that, exactly, that's a reference. That's a reference. It is not the same as having the character. It's a reference. I'm okay with the reference. With Mortal Kombat, I think it would be cooler if they just made a game with just outside characters. Like, we are going to make a Mortal Kombat in quotes game with just popular characters from movies. And in that game, you don't have Mortal Kombat characters, but you just have like the Predator, the Terminator, Freddy Krueger, Jason, Halloween Dude. And it is just characters like that. That would be awesome because then you don't break my immersion. I am playing movie characters. But why the fuck am I playing Shao Kahn versus the Predator? It is stupid, in my opinion, for me.
Worked with their ticket. And now you feel like the Disney customer who has asked for $15 for their Fast Pass. And the more that happens, especially if you're talking about utility, which this is. I mean, the bear mount that was last month that has a transmog on it. I was basically, I mean, fine, whatever, because it's just a cosmetic variation. The actual functionality, the yak, you can get in the game anyway. So here with the Brutus...
It is not the same. It is not the same.
With the Brutosaur, this is functionality you cannot get anywhere else.
Oh, exactly. I agree completely. I just misheard the first part. I agree completely with what he's saying here.
Than the store. And that means it's no longer a cosmetic. It's sort of gameplay altering. Now, people
exactly
would say,
what we said
okay,
earlier.
but gameplay altering, you know, you can change your characters, you know, you can change your character to a different race or a different faction or any of those things. I guess there's a difference between, like, account services, character status things, and then inside Azeroth, right? Inside the game, the rule set of things inside the game. As an example, one thing that was really in my head whenever Blizzard did the Algari Storm Rider, whatever it's called, the Epic Edition, Heroic, whatever it is, mount. It has...
Yo, Coldara, my dude, how you doing, brother? Everything good out here. Yo, Rizzo, brother, my dude, I always need a healer. If you wanna come, I am in here, brother. Just let me know.
Its own unique effect where you gather up static and you can do a big rush forward charge thing,
Which was only unique until the expansion launched.
yeah, and I was really happy about that because I thought, oh, okay, good, they understand that
Nice.
it should be about the cosmetic, not the functionality. And I suppose here I feel a little bit of a violation of that. Another thing, Eric Covington, he, you know, tweeted thinking back to his BFA days of, I mean, yeah, basically sense of world and player hubs. And there's people who are saying to me, oh my god, what a boomer take. How stupid.
A boomer take in the same way that affordable house prices is a boomer take. And, you know, reasonable rent that isn't 60-70% of your wage.
And
boomer takes.
I think a lot of that is to focus just on
In my day, a burger used to cost just $1.
what you're accessing, to focus just on the utility. but not to think about the overarching design, what the World of Warcraft is supposed to achieve. And there is something to be said. I mean, the most extreme version of this is going into towns like Varrock or Camelot in... this is before the Grand Exchange in RuneScape, where that's where people did trading. And that's where it happened in the world. And that gave those towns a sense of being a town. So whenever you go to Dornegal...
Oh, this is a good point. Now, basically, if you have the mount, you basically, in quotes, don't need to go to town. This could affect the population in towns. And seeing people in town makes you feel like there are people playing the game. So if now you have less people in town, you feel like there are less people playing the game. This makes sense, by the way.
Oh, Dornegal?
Dornegal. Turn the Dornegal champion.
Oh god, that's so disgusting.
It's pretty
to
sure it's
say.
pronounced Dornegal.
Oh, that's so... Ugh.
I just say Dornegal because it's Donegal, but with an R in it.
Yeah,
No.
fuck it, we're taking our country back, Blizzard.
Yeah.
So, there's something to be said for
Doorknob go.
the auction house is the auction house, and that's where the auctioneering goes. Or that's where the auctions happen. And you go in there, and what do you see?
Was.
Yeah, you go in there, and what do you see in your MMO? All the other players doing their auctions. It's like, even if you're not interacting with another NPC when you go into the bank in the game, it's important in an MMO that you see other people going to the bank, because that gives the city a sense of being a city. That's one of the reasons why Blizzard decided to remove the Brutosaur with its auction house functionality. They actually made a blog post in 2019 explaining this. Oh yeah, there's the blog post.
Yeah, there's Kyvax going, we do not intend to remove the AH vendor, blah, blah, blah. But it alters players' flow around the world, unique convenience but not essential. We've seen how luxury mounts like the Tundra Mammoth started out as something special and rare, ultra exclusive, mostly purchased by guild and stuff, but then...
Yo, Rizoro, my dude, what do you think about kicking this evoker? Because they got into the group with another dude. The other dude left the party, and they are from Queltalas. So I don't know if this dude will complete the dungeon. What do you think about it? Okay, let's do it then.
Commonplace.
Because of
I just don't want to kick them if they are actually going to play alright, right? Like, oh, why are you kicking me? But they were with another dude, and the other dude left. That makes me iffy, you know.
Basically,
inflation.
yeah. And then at the end goes, we want to ensure in the long run, years from now, 5 years from now, roughly, 4 years and 11 months, we don't find ourselves looking around and seeing AH mounts that are as common as repair mounts are today.
Yes,
Well
you can,
done,
brother. Yes, you can.
Kyvax. Well done. As I say, Kyvax, he's the mouthpiece.
He did it all.
He's the mouthpiece, which is
He's
even...
the mouth of Sauron.
Mouthpiece is even kind of weird to say. He's the person who posts Blizzard stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't write it, he doesn't think it, he just says it.
No, he's one of the Black Numenorians. He signed up with Sauron. He's evil.
Yeah, so there you go.
There you go.
Everyone with $90 or an e-boy on hand has one of these now.
Okay, that was a nice video. That was a nice video, brother. I wanted to hear another perspective outside from mine. Because I was, or I am, like, I am in the middle. Like, I don't mind the mount existing, but I would prefer for it to not exist. You know, like, this doesn't break my enjoyment of the game. So I won't complain that much. But at the same time, it is not the mount itself, but it is like, I don't like the over monetization of the game and all the things that you can get in the shop. It is not necessarily this mount, right? So I wanted to hear what other people think about it. And they obviously don't like it. They think it is overpriced. And let's be honest, guys, it is overpriced. But yes, they are squeezing all the money they can out of the player base. But it is actually pay to win. It is actually breaking the game. I don't know. We have to wait and see the ramifications of this. Like, will people stop going to town because now they have the action house mount? I don't think it will be that bad, right? We will have to see. I do think it is convenience. Maybe it is not pay to win, but it is pay for convenience at the least. So yes, I am not negative nor positive about it. What do you guys think about this $90 mount? I'm indifferent as well. I think the only way it's pay to win is the race to world first for buying pods saves time. Yeah, probably, yeah. But actually, like, making you time a dungeon or kill a boss, it is not going to do that, right? But it is convenient. For sure it is convenient. And I like convenience. Again, I am not going to be a hypocrite with you guys. If I had the money, I would 100% buy the mount. While thinking I'm an idiot. I will do it and I am saying, look at me. I am a cock. I am an idiot. I am paying $90 for this mount in a game, brother. This is stupid. Just because you can have a mail, whatever. $90 is like a lot of food. But I will buy the mount either way. Like, yes, I am like that, brother. I feel like I can't give an opinion since I don't play WoW. Yes, I understand you. Of course, I understand you. But you should probably have, not you should, but you probably have an opinion of about over monetization in games or microtransactions in games or FOMO or gacha mechanics. You probably know about this in other games you play, like, right? And maybe you don't mind microtransactions or you feel like they are getting out of hand in modern times or stuff like that. I might get it, to be honest. Yeah, it is like, if you wanna get it. Don't feel like, oh, because this is something else. Like, no, I won't buy it because this will make Blizzard know that we don't want the mount. This would be impactful if everyone thought like that. But then you go to town and you see 40 people riding the mount and you realize that you are by yourself and everybody else is just buying the mount. And at this point, if you want the mount, if you don't want it, okay, you don't buy it because you don't want it. But if you want the mount and you don't buy it because you want to tell Blizzard you don't want the mount, you are just campaigning by yourself, and at that point you are just restricting yourself out of something you want because this is not causing the impact you want it to have. It would be if everybody did it, but we know this is not happening. Again, the utopia versus the real world. This is what should happen versus what is happening. I understand where you're coming from and I support you, but at the same time, that is not how it is. And it is probably never going to be like that.